I have made every single mistake, and I'm about to describe all those in this particular video. Not once, some of them I did it repeatedly, and across 16 years of building businesses, including the version of me who had already built and lost businesses before COVID, forced the biggest rebuild of my career. This is what I'm going to share in this particular video. And I'm not telling you this from a place of just theory. I am telling you this from the inside of having lived every single one of these mistakes, sometimes for years longer than I needed to, because nobody told me clearly what I was doing wrong, right? So, five mistakes, all of them kept me broke at different points in my coaching and business journey. All of them are completely fixable, but I was not aware. And I'm going to show you today exactly how I fix that, each one with due course of time. That's the life learning which I'm going to share in this particular video. So if you recognize yourself in even one of these, that recognition is the beginning of fixing it, because I know acceptance is the first step towards growth. So if you accept it, let's begin. So, before I get into this five mistakes, I want to say something important. None of these mistakes happened because I was lazy or I was unintelligent or unwilling to work. Actually, it was nothing out of this. The opposite was actually true, because I was working like, enough hours. I was putting lots of efforts. I was investing, doing lots of things. But that was not taking me anywhere. And I was, since working incredibly hard, the problem was never effort. The problem was something else. The problem was that I was applying enormous efforts in directions that did not actually move the needle on the thing that mattered the most. And what was that? Getting paid appropriately for the value I was creating. Keeping that distinction in mind, as I walk through this, I'm going to show you and talk about a lot of things related to this. Hard work, misapplied, looks identical to laziness from the outside. Remember that. And it results in empty bank account, no clients, exhaustion, anxiety, stress, and a lot of things which I went through. But the fix is completely different. You do not need to work harder. You need to direct the work you are already doing. Remember, redirection is important. And when you redirect your energy to a particular goal with proper strategies, you get results. And that was the fix which I did. So let me start with my mistake number one. My mistake number one was undercharging as a strategy. So, mistake one is I used low pricing as a client acquisition strategy, and most of you might be doing the same. So, early in my coaching business, I mean genuinely, because when I thought I'm just starting, I had no frameworks, I didn't have any testimonials. So, what I'm gonna teach? So, I believe that a lower price was the fastest way to get clients. That logic seemed, you know and sound better and rational as well. But lowering the barrier to entry to get more clients, more people to say yes, and build a track record, and then raise the price later, that was completely wrong. And here is what actually happened. Because of that lower price attracted a specific type of client, one who valued the price more than the transformation. And these clients were harder to work with. They questioned more, they committed less, they were more likely to drop out halfway through because they had not made a meaningful financial commitment that created psychological buy in. I was not aware of this. So, meanwhile, the clients who would have valued my work most, the ones who needed a serious transformation and were willing to invest seriously in it, looked at my low price and unconsciously assumed I was not experienced enough to help them with something that mattered to them. That was the game which I could not understand. So, low price did not attract more of the right clients, it attracted a different energy of client, a different category of client with entirely different mindset. And that category consumed enormous time and energy for a very little return, right? So, what was the fix? So the fix is, this took me embarrassingly long time to learn. I was understanding that price is a filter, not just a number. So I realized that when I put a price, it acts as a filter, not just as a number. So the right price filters out, the right price actually filters out clients who are not serious and filter in clients who are ready to commit. That was the learning which I got from this mistake. So I cover the complete framework for getting this right in one of my video number 5 on this particular channel, where I talk about the value gap calculation that tells you exactly what to charge. But the core lesson from this mistake was number one, cheap is not a growth strategy. It is a trap actually that feels like progress while quietly working against you. That was the summary and the takeaway from this particular mistake. Never go for cheap pricing. It acts entirely opposite to your credibility and transformation. Now, let's go to mistake number 2, which is confusing busyness with productivity. So again, most of the coaches, you are there, you might be feeling too much of work, busy doing a lot of things. So I was also confused being busy with being productive. So this is the mistake I'm most embarrassed about because it costed me years, not months. I would spend hours and hours redesigning my website, rewriting my bio for the fifth time, researching the perfect content calendar tool, reorganizing my client onboarding documents that already worked fine. All of it felt like progress, but none of it generated a single rupee of revenue. And that's why I always say we all coaches are most happy being busy and doing non-revenue generation activity rather than focusing on the revenue generation activity. That was my mistake as well. So here is what actually happened underneath the business. Revenue generating activities like reaching out to potential clients, having sales conversations, making offers requires being visible and risking rejections. Website redesigns do not require that actually. Bio rewrites do not acquire that. So I was unconsciously choosing the comfortable work over the necessary work. Comfortable work, necessary work. I was choosing the comfortable one, like what most of you people are doing, right? But not the necessary one. And calling it productivity because I felt like I was taking lots of efforts, right? I have talked about this pattern in detail in my video number 4 on this channel, and I call it symptom 3 of the broke coach mindset. Yes, and what is that? Busy hiding as productive. So the fix required brutal honesty with myself, first of all. Every morning, before I touched anything else, I had to ask one question. Is this action going to put me in front of my potential clients today? If the answer was no, the action got moved to later. It was postponed to later in the day. After the revenue generating activity was completely done. Right? So that single discipline, revenue generating activity before comfortable activity, every single day changed my income trajectory more than any strategy, any framework, or any piece of content could ever did. That was my mistake number 2. Let's talk about mistake number 3, which is named as teaching instead of transforming. So again, I'll tell you this needs much of acceptance to me because I position myself as someone who teaches information instead of someone who delivers transformation. There is a very thin line, but a great impact of this particular thing which I'm talking about. Positioning myself as somebody who teaches information instead of someone who delivers transformation. This is subtle. And most coaches do not realize they are making this mistake until someone points it out clearly. So let me point it out for me clearly first. Early in my work, when someone asked what I do, I would describe my methodology, my framework, my process. I would explain the how before anyone had asked about the what, the actual outcome they could experience. That was the difference. So here is the problem with that approach. Premium clients are not buying your process. Remember that. They are buying the destination your process takes them to. And when you lead with methodology, you are answering a question nobody even asked yet. So the shift that changed everything was learning to lead with outcome, not process. Instead of describing my, signature program, the Coaching X framework in detail, when someone asks what I do, I learned to say something like, I help coaches and freelancers get their first premium clients within 30 days using a system built from real experience rather than any theory. See the change. I was starting and I learned to talk about the outcomes. So, outcome first, process available for those who wants to go deeper but never leading. The process never leads to something. The transformation leads to everything. So the single positioning from teacher to transformation deliver is what made my content, my conversations, and my offers land completely different. People do not want to learn from you as an academic exercise. They want you to take them somewhere they cannot get to the results on their own. Correct? So the learning from this mistake was lead with destination always. Talk about the outcome always. Never get into the process. Always show the results. That's it. Let's go to mistake number 4, avoiding the uncomfortable conversation. Yes, again, as I say, I accept it. I avoided the uncomfortable parts of sales conversation for years. Specifically, I avoided silence after stating my price. I avoided asking directly whether someone wanted to move forward or not. I avoided following up after a no because it felt like I was being pushy. What I did instead was soften everything. I would state a price and immediately offer a discount before anyone asked. I would let conversation trail off into vagueness rather than asking a direct closing question. I would interpret silence as a rejection and stop reaching out rather than understanding that silence is often just life getting busy for that particular person. So every one of those avoidance pattern cost me clients who would have said yes if I had simply stayed present through the uncomfortable moment instead of resulting both of us from it. So the fix required practicing specifically the moments I was avoiding. I covered this directly in my video number 3 on this particular channel. What to say after somebody replies, including the discipline of stating a price and then staying silent, keeping your mouth shut. That is what I have stated in that video. Letting the next words come from them rather than filling the silence with an apology or a discount. So, discomfort in a sales conversation is not a sign that something is wrong. It is often a sign that something important is happening inside the customer's mind. Actually, it's a real decision being made in that particular silent moments. So, learning to sit inside that discomfort rather than rescuing the conversation from it was one of the most financially significant skills I ever developed. That was the learning from my mistake number 4. And let's go to mistake number 5, waiting for permission. Yes, this is the deepest one. I spent years waiting for permission that was never gonna come from anybody but from me only. Correct? So, permission to charge more, permission to call myself an expert, permission to say no to clients who weren't a good fit, permission to raise my voice, literally and figuratively, and take up more space in a market that I genuinely had something valuable to contribute to. So, I kept waiting for some external signals, a certain number of clients, a certain level of experience, some authority figure who tell me, okay, now you are ready. I really laugh at me because of all these thoughts which had been there in my mind when I did these mistakes. That signal never came. It was never actually gonna come because permission of that kind does not come from outside. So the turning point for me was the real one, not the convenient version of the story. It happened when I had no choice left. When selling the house during COVID stripped away every excuse I had been quietly using to avoid stepping fully into who I already was capable of being. I didn't have choice. I have to do that. And that was the learning, a lifelong learning which I experienced and I used it. So I do not say this to suggest you that you need a crisis to find a similar kind of a decision. I say this because I want you to understand that the permission you are waiting for is not going to come from a teacher, a credential, a certain number of years, or anyone else approval. It comes from a decision. Today, if you are ready to make it happen. That's it. So these are the 5 mistakes which I had, and I have shared it very openly. So here's is my honest hope from this video. If you recognize yourself in any one of these 5 mistakes, that recognition is genuinely valuable. Most people never get specific enough about what is actually holding them back to fix it, and you have just did it. Correct? So pick the mistake that hit you hardest, just one mistake to start with, and take one specific action against it this week using whatever I have already taught you on this particular channel about that particular specific problem. Right? It's very common. I have gone through it. A lot of people are going through it. The solution is already in one of the videos inside the channel. And if you want to walk through which mistake is costing you the most right now and what are the fix which looks like in your particular situation, if you want my guidance, the link is there. There is a WhatsApp button. Just click it. We'll start the conversation and I'll be taking you through. The link is there in the pinned comment below. So next video coming next Monday, and it moves from mistakes to constructions. Now we are building a complete coaching offer from scratch, the kind that sells itself because of the positioning we have done it, the pricing we understood, and the promise which we have made that are all aligned from day one. That's it. Subscribe to this channel, share it to somebody who wants to know more about it. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye bye.